you have experienced about the midway point in your career, something that I find is common to virtually all of my clients, which is that moment when you discover that at some point over years and years and years, you personally, as a man, have lost some freedoms. And when you began to explore that, you discovered that you gave up tremendous freedoms personally and that you invested all of those in your business. And that's a right calculation, but only for a time. Sometimes we need to claw back some of those freedoms. And I remember talking with you at a downtown high-rise club, I think 32 stories over the city, talking to you about that time in your career that you felt an angst in your soul and there was something missing. And I believe over about 3 meetings at that same club, we coined this term, emancipate rusted, trying to get you to a place of freedom, and then explored a action plan related to that. So tell us about that moment in your career, because I think that it will resonate with a lot of folks that I train and that I assist, that process of gathering back, regathering some of your personal freedoms in order to emancipate yourself from this business that you love, but you don't want to be a captive of.
But that point being that I was so focused on that first 10 years, which of course, as the life works out, turns into the first 15 years, right? Or more, 20 years, who knows? But working so hard till 3 and 4 a.m., so close to the baby giving birth, it's in the womb and then it's out, it's the first couple years, it can't walk, it can't do anything, it can't eat, it can't talk, it basically can't live without you. And then you get so connected and so intertwined with that you can't at some point, that baby, to use the analogy, has to grow up and move on, and it needs to become a fully functioning young adult, and then it needs to become its own adult, and it needs to move out of the house at some point so that it can take care of you someday. So all of those things need to happen, and we kind of understand that in life. But in business, small business people, as I was, oftentimes get so tied in that the processes that they create, they're so integrated where they become just so a part of the business can't grow past them. And if the business can't go past them, it can never protect them, it can never take care of them later in life. And so I think that it was at that point, and I don't want to get ahead, but it was that point when you and I had another round of our sort of mentor conversations, and we looked at that, and you had come up with the concept to emancipate Rustin. And that's such a foreign concept to someone who's fighting so hard for success, to say, if I do less, how is that going to work? It just seems risky. It seems wrong almost. But it oftentimes is the right thing. At some point, you've got to emancipate yourself from your business, and I think you rightly saw that, and I really appreciate that.